Today we're going to be going over OBS Studio. Normally we utilize something called Streamlabs with OBS. So Streamlabs was actually built off of the OBS platform, which is what we're going on today. Streamlabs does include some perks for utilizing Streamlab, the ability to utilize chatbots. But if you want the full experience of being able to do your own stream without having to refer to a third-party company, then you would be using OBS Studio. The version I just downloaded is 25.0.8. It's the newest version out. You can get it for free from this website. And that's obsproject.com. This is an open source project, so there's a bunch of millions of people that are, putting their time and effort into helping make OBS studios better. It's all open source, and you can view all of the data along with it in their blog and their help and their forum. You can contribute to them. And the OBS project is really, really good when it comes to streamer platforms, and you can even record with it. So let's get started. When you first download, awesome. So when you first download OBS Studios and then you run the install, and it pops up, it will pop up with an automatic setup. If you do decide to skip it, you can return to it later after it's all open and going. Everything normally starts with the sound on. It'll automatically give you desktop audio and mic audio. I've muted those because I don't like my voice and I don't like my desktop to be live all the time. I'm not saying that as soon as you open it, you're going live, but I just like to make sure that it's automatically off. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click the tools, and I'm going to run the auto configuration wizard. This is what will automatically set up your sound settings and your quality for OBS. So here you have the option to optimize it for streaming, and recording is going to be secondary. And second, you have the option to optimize for just recording, and that you're not going to be streaming. So I'm going to use for streaming because I don't plan on recording, and if I do, it is going to be secondary, which means that it's not as important as streaming is to me. I'm going to click the next button. I'm going to use my current configuration, which is going to be the 1920 by 1080. Normally, I would just say pick the highest one on the list as far as display quality goes, but it also depends on your machine. They're going to give you options based on your display and the machine that you're utilizing. So I'm just going to stick with the automatic 1920 by 1080. Next is going to be the frames per second. So if you're playing a faster game, you're going to want 60 frames per second, but it can cause a lag or a buffer issue. So when 60 frames per second isn't available, it'll drop it to 30 frames for better streaming. You can change that, which is either using 60 or 30, or you can prefer either 60 or 30, but prefer higher resolution. And this will cause, what's the best way to put it? This will mean that your stream is lagging from when you talk versus here when you're going to prefer 60 when possible, but it will be less lag in between when you talk and when the stream actually hears you. So I'm going to do either 60 or 30, but prefer 60 when possible. And that way it's not going to lag my stream as much. Now, if you don't care about the visual quality, because it's only going to be on a YouTube screen that's fairly small, your brain's going to fill in a majority of it anyways, then just stick with 30. That'll keep the lag between when you talk and when somebody in your stream hears you to the minimum. So I'm still going to stick with either 60 or 30, but prefer 60 when possible. And I'm going to click next. The service that we use, this is the company that you're going to be streaming through. I use YouTube, so I'm going to click YouTube or YouTube Gaming. And then you're going to get your stream key. Now to get your stream key, you're going to go to your channel after you've made a channel, or in YouTube Studio, or you can click the button up at the top where it says create a video or post. So I'm going to get create a video post and then go live. Now here it's going to have me set up the schedule of my stream. So if I click schedule stream, and then I can click some settings that I've had before, or I can create new settings. So after you create your first video and you like the settings that you have for it, you don't have to continually create the title and the description and all that stuff over and over again. YouTube will do that for you. But for now, I'm going to click create new. And here we're going to create a title, add a description, adding a game title, when we're going to upload. Is it made for kids? A majority of it is not going to be made for kids because we don't know what we're going to be doing exactly, but it's also not going to be age restricted. So made for kids just means that it's going to be going on YouTube Kids, and there's not going to be any ad revenue from YouTube Kids because they don't show ads to kids. Then you'll click create stream. And this will send a notification out to all of your viewers that you're going to be streaming sometime soon. Here I just have my generic picture along with my title, which is just a whole bunch of X's, and then you can add a description. When you go into here, you can get your stream key right here where it says stream key. So I'm going to copy my stream key by just clicking copy, or I can click the eyeball and do that. It doesn't matter if you guys see the stream key because this one is a variable. That means it changes every time I upload. So I'm going to edit this. Oh, you can't delete it from here. So here I'm just going to click this and I'm going to delete it. Delete forever because I'm not really going to be streaming. I understand that deleting is permanent. Delete forever. So while it's doing that, I'm going to paste the stream key in here. So the server is always going to be the primary YouTube ingest server, and the video bitrate I never touch, but you can also estimate the bitrate with the bandwidth, and that can take a few seconds. So let's give it a try. Apparently I can't click it, so it must be pretty bad. I'm going to click next. And don't mind the background screen. It's just kind of doing its thing. For all of those that grew up between the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, you'll understand what that what TV snow is just by that picture right there. All right, so it's automatically set up the settings for us, so we can click Apply Settings, and we're done. So now you can go live. Well, not quite. So the things that we can do are going to be starting off with scenes. So if you think of your stream like a TV show, there are different scenes where the characters do different things. And so our main scene is going to be our game playing scene. But there might be different shows that we create. So before we do the scenes, we create a profile. Right now, I have a brand new profile because this is a brand new instance of OBS Studios, and it automatically named it Untitled. I'm going to rename my profile to Edumacation, because that's what we're doing. All right, now very similar to Streamlabs OBS, we have the scenes, we have the sources, we have the audio mixer, we do have scene transitions and additional controls on the right-hand side. You'll notice that it doesn't have the column on the left with all of the extra functions that Streamlabs puts in. This is going to be core basic. Yes, edumacation, because I'm edumacated. It's a joke. So our first scene is going to be us doing live. So let's rename the scene. So the scene is called Live Game Capture. And then here we can add our sources. If you don't have any sources, you're going to press the plus button on the bottom. And then you can add the game capture here. Sorry, one moment. Apologize about that. So what I was doing was I was setting up a game capture by selecting game capture from the available sources. Now it wants me to capture a specific window, or I selected to capture a specific window because I only want to capture Roblox while I'm doing this. So that's why I had brought up Roblox. I'm just going to launch my game because I don't want to mess with anybody else's Roblox game. So Drtechnic Hangout. So now that we have Roblox launched, our software can capture the name of the game. So I'm going to click the window, and then apparently it thinks that Groove Music is the only one that I have. All right, I'm going to click cancel, and we're gonna go into properties and do this one more time. Yeah, because I had the properties window open, it didn't pick up that I had Roblox player running. So I had to hit cancel and then I reran it. All right, so now I'm going to click force scaling. And then the scale resolution is 0 by 0, so it's not going to show anything. I want to do force scaling to the size of my window. Okay, so it doesn't want to do force scaling. I'm going to click OK because my resolution is higher than what the Roblox screen actually shows. And I'm just going to expand my screen a little bit. So I'm going to press OK. And then I made it larger. Now you can see on the right-hand side that this is the portion of the game that isn't showing. So I'm just going to center it slightly so that the main amount of action is shown in the center. Now you can also keep it shrunk down if I utilized my words correctly. And you can utilize images or portions of videos to cover the back. So the next thing that I want to add on here is going to be some frames. Now, you guys might be asking, what are frames? Or what are these things that we're talking about to put in the video because it can do stuff and things? Basically, frames are portions of themes that you can utilize within OBS Studios or basically any screen recording software that helps you stream. They are, I guess it's probably best I just show you. So OBS Studios, you can see it's obsproject.com. They do have themes. So if you go into your forum and then resources, you can select themes from those resources. Now here we have several themes. Most things might look very similar to those that use OBS Studios, like you have your Streamlabs theme or a Twitch theme. Probably some of your most favorite YouTubers have utilized these at one point in time. I'm going to click the faux theme or faux theme, and then I'm going to go to the download for that. Now this download is in 7-zip, which hopefully it'll still let me. There we go. So this entire theme has all of these items into it. A majority of them are going to be PNGs. There's even more if it will let me. I can download this entire theme by utilizing the folder and just downloading each individual item that will be utilized in the OBS program that I'm going to be making. So let me find something that might look halfway decent. Maybe I'll just do this. So I'm not sure why it's not downloading for me. Hopefully it doesn't have the same issues with you. You can also Google OBS OBS Studio themes. You might be able to find some free ones. You might be able to find some pay for ones. And then there's also tutorials on how to add the themes properly, because obviously I'm not that great at adding themes. So I'm just going to close that out. I actually utilize a video myself in order, well, some items myself in order to fill that space. So down at the bottom, I'm going to click sources. I'm going to do an image. And we're doing space filler. And then I'm just going to use a black jean pants type of texture in the background. Now you might be saying, well, if it's for the background, then why is it in the front? So we can adjust what is seen in the front by the level that it's on in our sources. So I have space filler is up at the top. I'm going to drop that down behind my game capture. Now you can also utilize videos that have built-in green screens, so that you're only getting the border. So the next thing that you might want to do is you might want to put in your logo or something like that. But for me, if I'm just sticking with the basics, I'm perfectly fine with this. There are various other types of sources. If I press the plus button, you can utilize a browser source, an audio input capture. I guess I should probably do that. So unlike Streamlabs, there isn't an actual connection for the audio input. Like what I utilize is I utilize Pretzel Music through Streamlabs. Here, you'll have to actually capture your own audio in order to put in the music. Now, you can either do the audio input capture, which is going to be something that's external, or you can utilize something that's in your computer by selecting media source for your music. So if I select media source, now I need to find my music. And I'm going to select so I've selected my 20-minute wave loop. So this is basically music that I've created personally. I put it in a loop, and for 20 minutes, it'll continue playing all of those songs 20 minutes, and then I click this loop up here at the top, and it will loop back to itself once it's completed all of the music that's in that list. I'm going to press close. Oh, you can also speed up or slow down the music as much as you want. I'm just going to leave it as it is. I'm going to press OK. And now we have our music source. And as you can see, the music audio is playing. We're going to adjust that based on how we want it to hear. So for this, it's going to cap out fairly high. So we're going to keep it in the yellow as much as possible. Now this will also sound really high in your in the browser, in your stream. It's going to be louder. People are going to have to turn you down a little bit, maybe, but you can always adjust that as you're streaming, and it will automatically adjust for you. So now we have our game capture, our border or space filler, and then we have the music. Now, I was talking with Elivin and it's Snoop earlier because we want to start putting in the intro portions of the videos for each person that's going to be streaming. So I'm going to add my intro to the video by adding a new scene. Now in my new scene, intro, you can see I have no sources. So the only thing that I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to add a media source. I'm calling it intro video. And then I'm just going to find the file for it. Now, I like to loop my intro videos just because sometimes I'm not going to be right back after a 35-second intro video. Sometimes I might be, running a few minutes behind, and so I want the intro video to loop. That's up to you. I prefer if mine loop. I'm going to press that. I'm going to look for the file.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm gonna go eat real quick. I might not be back. I don't know, depending on how long I going out for. So I'll see you guys later.
All right, that's fine. It's being recorded, so you'll be able to check it out later. Try not to have too much fun and enjoy your food. So also make sure, because it can be resource intensive, if you have a bunch of videos running in the background, when this one's inactive, go ahead and press the close file when inactive. So that way when we go to our game capture, we don't have the video continuously running in a loop in our intro scene that's not being viewed at all. So all of the other items like the YUV color range, all of that stuff can be left alone, and then press OK. Now, when doing the video, you're going to also want to adjust your intro video sound. As you can see, the sound is up real high, and I don't want to break the ears of my audience. So I'm going to bring it back down to the yellow. All right, so you guys might recognize my old intro video in this. I actually had to change my intro video because a tiny portion of the music that's in my intro video, literally 6 seconds of it, has been copyright claimed through YouTube. There's a company that basically just makes their entire living on trying to pull other people's copyright claims. I did put in to dispute it because it is music that I'm allowed to use. So if you ever get a copyright claim, don't worry about it. It's okay. You can either remove the sound or you can dispute the legitimacy of their claim. Not a huge deal. All right. Now, some people also like to put in like a stream ending soon so that you still have time to chat in the stream before you actually take off and before you close out the stream. Something that I like to do is, I'll be in my, getting ready to end, and people will have a bunch of questions for me. So I'll throw up my end scene, and then sit there and chat and talk with them. If you're going to do that, it's basically the same as the live game capture, except instead of a game capture, we're just going to put in an image. So I'm literally just utilizing a random image of my Roblox character standing in some rocks. You guys can use whatever image that you create or background that you want to have on there. For the music, I'm just going to come into this scene. I'm going to click on music and then copy it, and then I'm going to paste it in the end scene. You can also utilize videos that have a green screen background, or you can just use your intro again for an end scene. It's kind of up to you on how far you want to take it or how little you want to take it. But this is pretty much it. I went from downloading OBS Studios, setting up the settings, and doing a very, very basic game capture setup with an intro, game capture, and then an end scene in order for you to be able to sit and chat with your with your subs or viewers. To start recording, of course, you just click start. After you have your stream key in, it will automatically sync up with YouTube and it will start your recording for you. Don't forget that when you stop, you need to press stop. Once you start streaming, this button will change to stop streaming. So when you stop, press stop. Now, if you are going to utilize OBS Studio specifically for recording a game, not for streaming, then you'll click start recording instead of start streaming. And both of these items are also controllable through your settings. So if you want to automatically start it, when you click the start button, without there being a pop-up saying, are you sure you want to start? All of those are going to be in your settings, along with other information like when you start a stream, do you want to start automatically recording it? So you automatically record stream when starting, show confirm dialogue when starting a stream, show confirm dialogue when stopping a stream. I always leave this one off. Some people really like it on because they need to make sure that they know when they're stopping a stream so that they don't say anything dumb. However, when I stop a stream, I click stop and then I close out of everything, all of my windows, so there's no way that there's any capture that's going to be bleeding over. Some people like to leave the windows open. I prefer having all of my windows closed after I'm done. You can also keep recording even though the stream stops. So when you stop the stream, it will automatically stop your recording, but you can keep recording even after the stream stops. So let's say if you have some extra content for subscribers on a specific platform, you can stop the stream while still recording, and then you can upload the recording afterwards along with the full stream to whatever special place that might be. I do know that major YouTubers like Swagger Souls, he likes to record his streams, and then once his stream is over, he'll record even more, and then on his website he'll post additional featured content for the members of his website that, of course, pay for that. But I digress. You have that ability to do. Yeah. So anything that you use to put onto anything that you use under sources that directly connects to something that's in your computer, it's literally going into your computer to find that source in order to import it to utilize during your live stream. So let's say you found a list of clean music that you want to use, and then you link to it, and then you get a copyright claim on because of the music. So you delete that music. Well, then your stream doesn't have any music. You have to upload a new list of music. So if you accidentally delete the picture that you use as your end scene, then your end scene is no longer going to have a picture there. Well, then I guess I'm all done. Thanks for joining us, and fun.
And good job, Doc. That was awesome. Yay! Thank you so much for the video and the class. We enjoyed it. And we will definitely hit you up on Discord if there are any questions. And thank you all for being here, and we will see y'all later.
Bye, everybody.